What's up, folks? Welcome back to the channel. Boozer here. Thanks for stopping by. Today we are on the test server here, and we're going to take a quick sneak peek at the brand new champions that's going to be coming with the update with the fusion. As we all know, the fusion is going to be the Ogren Tribe's champion, Stalk the Broken. What do they call him? Stonk the Broken. No, just kidding. But yeah, so he's going to be the fusion. He looks pretty solid from initial play tests. There's a little bit of surprises with him, so make sure you guys pay attention to some of the playtest videos that are going on around right now, so you guys are fully informed before going for the fusion. But there's 3 other new champions going on with the same update, so we'll jump into those in this video. The first champion we got for you guys is from the Undead faction, Tribune Herakletes. Tribune Herakletes. Hopefully I didn't butcher that name too badly, but yeah, he looks kind of like one of those background spirits in faction wars. That's the vibe I get from this guy right away when I first see this guy. I mean, looks fine. He's a faction unity champion for the undead hordes, and yeah, he looks solid. He's got damage, crit damage stats here, got a little boost, got good solid defense for a defense based champion. So initial look, he's going to be a defense based damage dealer. On his A1, attack one enemy, places a true fear debuff on the target for 1 turn. This debuff cannot be resisted or blocked if this champion is dead. So I remember when I first read this skill and I was like, if this champion is dead, how does that work? Well, we'll find out in the rest of his kit, but yeah, it's a little bit of an interesting A1 to start. If this champion is dead, also heals all allies by 20% of their max HP. But how does a dead champion attack with their A1, right? So let's check that out. 3 books for 30% damage. Looks good to me for a damage dealer. A2, 4 turn cooldown. Not so good. 30% in books. That's solid, but no cooldown reduction. Single target, attack 1 enemy. Ignore 100% of the target's defense. Love to see it. If the target is killed, revive a random dead ally with 50% HP and 50% turn meter. If the target was killed and there is no dead allies, reset the cooldown of this skill. That's pretty wild. It's similar to Odin's Asgardian Judgment, where when he kills someone, he revives someone, and it's also similarly the 100% ignore defense. So both of them have comparable moves, I guess. Like if we hopped over and checked out Odin's Asgardian Judgment here, so Odin's from the Barbarian faction, and his Asgardian Judgment is on a 4 turn, reduced down to a 3 turn, ignore 100% target defense, same kind of revive, 50% HP and 50% turn meter. And then he has this max HP draw here for his power. But Tribune's on a 4 turn, bit more damage from books. And then he has the condition of if he kills someone and basically no one is dead, then he gets a reset, which is kind of interesting. I don't know. I feel like Odin's might be a little bit better, maybe, but we'll see. I mean, the reset could be really, really powerful, of course. Really interesting champion. And then we got the A3 Vladimir. Interesting. Okay. 4 turn cooldown down to 3 turn cooldown. AoE, destroyed max HP of all enemies by 10%. Places a shield on his champion for 2 turns. The value of the shield is equal to the amount of all enemies destroyed max HP. That's kind of interesting. It'll be interesting to see if there's some kind of cap on this, on the cap on the shield, how this affects bosses and so forth. So 1 faction unity ally, if shield is placed on this by a skill, cannot be removed. Okay, here is its unremovable protected shield. 2 faction allies instantly activates this skill whenever this champion is revived. That's going to happen less likely because I mean, you know, he has to be dead and then you have to revive him. It's going to happen less likely, but you know, having an AoE on return is pretty nice. Will ignore a portion of the target's defense. The amount of defense ignored is equal to the percentage of each target's destroyed max HP. Yeah, that sounds good. It just requires obviously some setup, of course. 3 faction allies. He's in a good faction, right? Undead's very, very strong, so he's going to be able to fill out some teams there pretty well. Let's check out his passive here. Whenever this champion is revived, increase the damage inflicted by this champion by 20%. Oh, baby. Okay. Yeah, on first look, there's going to be a cap on this from the test server stuff. Um, yeah, so there's going to be a cap on it. It's not going to be like unlimited ceiling or anything like that. One faction ally. This champion is immune to block, revive, debuff. This champion is immune. Okay, okay, okay. Block, revive. So he's always going to come back. Okay. Faction allies. Allies receive 20% less damage if this champion is dead. Okay. It's kind of interesting, right? Three faction allies. Whenever this champion is dead and an ally attacks, this champion will join the attack using the debuff skill. So this is where it ties back into the A1. So if he is dead, if you have three faction allies, he will attack even when dead, and then you can get his true fear and stuff going on. So it's a really interesting kind of kit where he can still contribute when he's dead. And in some cases, he can contribute some pretty cool stuff even when he's dead. So you can't really get rid of this guy, I guess. And then of course you don't have the block revive, so he's always going to be lingering around. He's a cool champion. I don't know how effective he's going to be. I mean, this skill could be really cool. And then like you slam somebody, they die, you get this reset back, or enemies kill this guy and you have like a support left, like I don't know, like Sifi or something, and you can bring him back, or you can use the A1, you can bring his fear in as well. It looks pretty cool. But yeah, I don't know. We're gonna have to see how he performs in testing. But yeah, let's move on. We got two more champions here. So next champion we got from the Ogren tribes, Craklin the Blackened. Craklin the Blackened. Force Affinity support champion. Good base stats overall. Nothing to really complain about. His A1, double hit. Each hit has a 100% chance when fully booked, placing 100% hero reduction for 2 turns. There's not too many places for hero reduction right now. Like I can only think of like Fire Knight and Amius. But 100% chance is pretty solid. I mean, it's just an A1. His A1 teams up with one random Ogren, ally Ogren from the faction, and the ally joining the attack will use their default skill. So this is similar to like Mikage's A1, where she brings in a Shadowkin champion to attack with her on the A1. And we know how strong Mikage is, probably because Shadowkin is super, super strong. If you look at the Ogren tribes, who do you want to bring in with the A1 that's going to do like significant damage? I don't see anybody. Am I missing something? Maybe Grazur? Like, I don't really see anybody that's a super, super standout for damage multipliers here. I mean, Biggin can do stuff. Yeah. Mikage definitely benefits from a really strong faction. But Craklin here, we got the A2 AoE. 3-turn cooldown when fully booked, 5 books here. Has a 100% chance of placing decreased attack and a weaken. Those are fine, yeah, good. And increases the duration of all continuous heals on all allies by 1 turn. A little bit on the weak side, I would say, but it's in line with like kind of average-ish legendaries, I think. Weaken, decrease accuracy, and then duration on only continuous heals. Yeah, it's average, I would say, but weaken's always solid to have, and decreased accuracy actually very nice to have as well. His A3, 5 turns down to 3 turns when fully booked, restores 50% of each ally's max HP. This is very niche. Like, we don't lose too much max HP in this game. So as a, that's a big part of this kit, like this skill. Otherwise, you're just getting a reflect damage and 1 continuous heal for 2 turns on a 3-turn cooldown. I mean, if you can get a lot of value from this max HP restore, then it's worth it. Otherwise, it's very average, below average value for this ability. Passive. Whenever continuous heal buff is activated on an ally, it has a 25% chance of decreased duration of all debuffs on that ally for 1 turn. Again, you have to have the continuous heal. You have to have it activated, and then there's only a chance of the duration increase, so 50% chance of duration increase. So personally for me, no aura as well. This guy is going to be a little bit on the below average side, unfortunately, unless we can just utilize his A1 really, really well, which seems unlikely considering that the Ogren faction, I cannot see anybody that's super, super strong on the A1 that we want to use continuously with that champion. So let's move on. And the last new champion that's coming is Pheidi Tealcrest. So it looks like a pterodactyl. Yeah, going into Lisbon. Why not? Can't wait for like a Stegosaurus or a Brontosaurus or something. Why not? Just make them dinosaurs. Just make them dinosaurs. Anyways, this one is kind of like a pterodactyl style. Looks cool. Void legendary here. Good base stats overall. Very high HP for a support champion. A1 double hit. Each hit heals all allies by 5% of this champion's max HP. That's pretty solid. Each hit also has a 75% chance, when 100% chance fully booked, to fill the turn meter of an ally with the lowest turn meter by 10%. It's a relatively small turn meter fill, but the team heal is pretty solid, right? Team heal is very solid, and it's based on this champion's max HP, so you can control the size of the heal, which is really, really nice. His A2, tons of books going in here, 6 books. Seems unnecessary to have 6 books here, but that's Plarium doing it to us. On Teal Wings, attacks all enemies before attacking, strips all buffs from all enemies, then places 100% chance of placing block buffs and decrease speed on all enemies for 2 turns. Yeah, block buffs, decrease speed is incredible against, obviously, Hydra. Strip and then block buffs, decrease speed. I mean, even better, just in case like the block debuffs lands, for example. And it's going to be, yeah, it's really good. Void Affinity as well. And then places the turn meter buff on all allies by 15%. So it reminds me of like, on a 3-turn cooldown, it reminds me of like Ramantu's like strip and then places block passives. This one, whenever you see a champion with a 3-turn strip, you're going to compare it to like champions like Odin, right? Like champions like Odin that do the 3-turn strip with the full stun. Is this better than stun, decrease speed, block buffs with the turn meter fill? Yeah, I mean, sometimes it is, right? Like decrease speed and then you get the turn meter fill. Could be good, but this champion's all about speed. So let's see what else his kit can do. His A2, yeah, looks just solid. Looks solid. His A3, 6 turns down to 4 turns, fully booked. He has a place increase resistance buff, perfect veil, on your whole team except this champion. Decreases the cooldown of all ally active skills except this champion by 3 turns. The cooldown of this skill cannot be decreased by other cooldown decreasing effects. There we go, Plarium. Finally, like you can be consistent in what you're doing, right? So thanks for this text at least. So yeah, it's a reset, not a full reset, but it's basically a 3-turn reset, which is a really strong reset. He's got 2 buffs and then a full reset. No, not a full reset, sorry, 3-turn reset. Perfect Veil can be used for example, Hydra against Torment. Increased resistance, haven't really, yeah, I mean, Furo is a good example of how increased resistance has been really, really good. It's a nice to have, but it's nothing too insane. But a 4-turn cooldown with a 3-turn reset on your whole team, very strong, and definitely will find lots of applications for sure. So we can kind of see like a good like Arena Hydra kit A2, and then we have the reset here. Like he'll fit into like lots of stuff. Yeah, looks good so far. His passive, turn meter effects on allies under hard CC are 30% more effective. Okay, good. So if you have turn meter fill team, then more effective, you're going to get out of the CC faster. When a sheep is removed or expires, an ally heals that ally by 25% of their max HP, places increased speed on them. So it kind of gives them a chance to recover after they come back from sheep. It does give them a bit of a heal. Instead of coming back with like 50% HP, they get a bit of a heal. And then increased speed to get them back out, get them back into the game. If there are multiple champions on this team, skill only activates once. Like the passive's fine, right? Passive's fine. The 30% more effective, I mean, it's not like game breaking or anything. It's just a bit of help to get your teammate back into the fight. And then same thing with the sheep. Resistance on all auras, 80. Great. That's solid, right? 80 aura. That's going to be the biggest resistance aura available for all battles. So really, really strong. All battles auras are very good nowadays, especially with siege and stuff. Yeah, this guy looks great. I mean, especially with like how lizardmen are very strong and like siege and like faction only teams and stuff. This guy's gonna slot right in real nice. I really like it. And of course these reset champions are gonna be, you're gonna find some ways to use them to great effect. So welcome to Referral Legends Pheidi. So yeah, anyways guys, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comments below which champion excites you the most, which one makes the most impact currently for anybody's roster. And yeah, let me know which one are you looking forward to seeing in the game. That's it for me today. Hopefully you guys have a great day. Thanks for watching as always. I'll see you guys in the next video.